this is going to act like music to ears to all Arsenal fans all over the world, because the team we are yet to face today, that is Crystal Palace, its manager is afraid of your recently £105 million signing, that is Declan Rice from West Ham. He has gone ahead to really hail him in high haste team, and obviously he comes in through to let us know about what he fears about Declan Rice. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is the Football News Show where we are going to talk lots of things. Dani Olmo going in there to the media and obviously talking about the rumored interest of Man City in him. And lastly, there is a story of Damian Gray that's going to hit to shock me, a player who was at Everton, and it looks like Saudi man has gone ahead to overtake his mind. So let's see close to 400 likes watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. We are charged for the day, and you know what it means. When you are charged, that means we're going to bring in more and more and more and more of what you guys don't even anticipate to come onto here, onto this beautiful YouTube channel. Now, Rokani David is my name. You can as well call me RD. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, subscribe, because we want to hit 17,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Now, let's start it off with Roy Hodgson. Roy Hodgson is the manager of Crystal Palace. Remember, it's Arsenal that led to the sacking of Patrick Vieira after they lost, after Patrick Vieira was beaten, I think, by 4-1. He was sacked and Roy Hodgson came in through. He came to their rescue, and here he comes to be the manager right about now. But he has lots of things about Declan Rice. This is what he had to say about the record Arsenal signing from West Ham this summer. He said, Rice has got strength, he's got energy, he understands the game very well, he gets from box to box, and when he's in each of the boxes, he does a real good job. He knows how to defend, and he also has an eye for goal. Now, what other words does the opponent you're going to play has to say to express the fear he has for you? Roy Hodgson has gone ahead to obviously tell us what he's afraid of Declan Rice. First and foremost, he's afraid of Declan Rice's strength in the midfield. Remember, they've gone ahead to obviously play with the likes of Dokore in that midfield. I'm talking about Crystal Palace. They play with, is it Lema and Eze. They're all strong, but for Declan Rice, he's really got the strength. In the modern game of football, strength leads. You've seen the team of Manchester United being overpowered in the midfield after Casemiro is isolated because he's the only physical element into that midfield of Man United. He has talked about Declan Rice's energy, and he understands the game very well. Now, we've seen it that every time Declan Rice has gone ahead to obviously play alongside Thomas Partey in the midfield, Thomas Partey plays as a sitting pivot or defensive pivot, and Declan Rice plays as a number 8. Declan Rice looks as a more better player into that side of play. So as it stands, it's all about Declan Rice and Thomas Partey. If at all he comes in through, obviously they're going to really overpower that midfield of Crystal Palace. He talked about him being a box-to-box player. That is the same thing I'm going to say, that Declan Rice thrives better as a box-to-box player. That is it. He thrives together with Thomas Partey or Jorginho, one of those two, playing into the single pivot as a central defensive midfielder, such that Declan Rice goes ahead and does the needful. In each of the boxes, he does a really good job. He knows how to defend, and he also has an eye for goal. So he's afraid of Declan Rice, and he also went ahead to add more threat of Declan Rice as to why he's more really threatened about Declan Rice as Arsenal prepares to take on Palace at the Selhurst Park. Roy Hodgson said, it's been an interesting development for him. I followed him a little bit myself through James Tompkins, who told me about him many years ago. He said, There is a very good young player at West Ham, and I've seen that as he's gone along. So he's so much afraid of Declan Rice that he has been following him ever since he was young, and reports were really getting to him from West Ham that this guy is really one of the best young players that are going to grace this new football generation. And Declan Rice is a good player, but I think he's just overrated. But I think Mikel Arteta will get the best out of this player. And Arteta's gone ahead to obviously blueprint what big teams are really doing. Trust me, if you're a big team, you must be able to buy a player of £100 million every season. That is it. Arsenal started it. Chelsea has done it. Manchester United did it last year. This year, they've gone ahead to sign a player of £72 million. Liverpool tried to sign Caicedo. Real Madrid signed the player. So you must be able to sign a player between £70 million to £100 million on a daily to obviously reputize what your image is all about. So Declan Rice has been really followed up since he was young, and he's one of the best players that Roy Hodgson is afraid as Arsenal is going to host as Crystal Palace is going to host Arsenal today. He concluded by saying he's done his apprenticeship really coming through the ranks. He's done his years at West Ham, each year getting better. In the end, he's an international. Clubs are thinking, who can I get best at this particular job? His name is always going to be right up there on the top of the list of Jude Bellingham. But all the rest is okay. He has gone ahead to do his apprentice well at West Ham. He has gone into the ranks to play into the central midfield at the English national team. He's now at Arsenal. But putting him in the same statement with Jude Bellingham, it's really obscene, according to me. You know, you guys, Jude Bellingham is a talent. He's a jam, and he will obviously have to anticipate that he's going to obviously become one of the best players. He saw to it that in 2 games in the La Liga, he has 3 goals playing from the deep areas of the midfield and obviously thriving to score goals that side. At the age of 19, Jude Bellingham is doing things that Declan Rice can't do. Let's all admit that is it. Declan is a good player, but he's not in the same levels with Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham is just a world-class player. At that age, he's just world-class. And to me, I believe Declan Rice has not gone ahead to achieve the world-class status at the club of Arsenal and West Ham. He still lacks. So, however much is a very good player, he's not yet the same levels with Jude Bellingham, but he's doing a very wonderful job, and I like to see him playing alongside Thomas Partey or Jorginho playing double pivot. Now let's wait and see how that game really pans out, and we are just hours away from that game, and it's really going to be played on a Monday. Monday Night Football returns as Arsenal plays Crystal Palace. Is Arsenal going to go ahead and obviously duplicate or replicate what they did last season at the Selhurst Park by beating this team by 2-0? All that and more when that game of football is done, and the match reaction will be ready, set up for you onto this channel. That's why I obviously call you again, guys, to subscribe to this channel, because if you don't, it's you who misses out a lot. Now, Dani Olmo is a Spanish player who has been linked to Man City, and he had to say the following onto the Man City rumors. There is nothing I'm fully focused on the task in Leipzig, the Bundesliga, and the Champions League and the Cup. Man City, a big club, one of the biggest in the world. Josko Vadio went there, but I'm really happy. So, Dani Olmo has been looked at Man City as one of those players to go in and obviously help the team after Kevin De Bruyne really got an injury, and they lost Ika Gundogan, and he's one of those players that you would obviously want to see at your team, especially at Man City, for his versatility. He's not a one-dimensional player. He's a multi-dimensional player. That is Dani Olmo for you, and he does lots of works. He can play in the midfield. He can play as a left attacking midfielder. He can play as a right attacking midfielder. He can play as a false number 9. That is Dani Olmo for you. And for a manager who is really a tinker man like Pep Guardiola, he would like to have a player like him, but the player is saying no. But he has a buyout clause of 70 million euros. Sorry, of 60 million euros. But if at all City can raise 70 million euros to RB Leipzig will sell Dani Olmo because they know that they are getting 10 more million euros than they are going to get next summer. I really have to believe that next summer, obviously, this guy is going to leave RB Leipzig. And 60 million euros, those are peanuts for the quality of the player he is. That is Dani Olmo. So we wait and see whether Man City are going to go in for Dani Olmo because they are off the Lucas Paqueta deal, as there are some charges that are being lined up for Lucas Paqueta that his family went ahead and betted there's going to get a yellow card in the game they played against Aston Villa last season. And you know what happened to Ivan Toney when he was found guilty? They suspended him for 6 months. Now, it doesn't make sense to spend 70 million euros on Lucas Paqueta and after bringing him at your team, he's banned for 6 months. That means you've gone ahead, obviously, to go in for a January transfer window and get in another different kind of player altogether. But yesterday, Lucas Paqueta was really pivotal in that win of Chelsea. So in the win of West Ham that saw them beat Chelsea by 3-1. He scored that last minute penalty that obviously saw his team win by 3-1. And Man City are really looking in for other players. Now, this story is going to hate to shock me. Damian Gray, he's one of those players that I thought we were going to have some good future in the Premier League. And having gone ahead to obviously switch to playing for Jamaica in the national team, I thought that would have been obviously to add on more of this. But it is one of those things that are going to hate to fall through, and looks like he has a deal in principle with Al Shabab, and they're going to hate to reach a verbal agreement in principle with Everton to sign Damian Gray. Deal only agreed club to club at this stage, as Saudi sources confirm. Al Shabab will not start talks. Also, Al Shabab will now start talks on personal terms up to Damaris Gray's decision to make. Now, Damari Gray, he's a very good player. You've seen him play for Everton, tear down defenses, and he's really great. But Saudi man has come in at a very, very, very pivotal time of the season, and we don't know whether he's going to make a decision to either stay in the Premier League or go to the Saudi Arabia side. But I would love him to stay in the Premier League because I like to see these fluent players not leaving the league. But Saudi money is obviously doing what it's doing. Pep Guardiola said they are coming out to obviously slate Saudi money, but whenever it's brought at that club, no club says no to it, meaning that every club is happy with the coming in of Saudi Arabia into this portal. Now, thank you guys for watching through. Your thoughts on to Crystal Palace boss, afraid of Declan Rice as Arsenal goes ahead to play against which side? Against Crystal Palace. What do you make about it? Dani Olmo rubbishes talks that he's going to obviously play for Man City this season. And lastly, what do you make about Damian Gray, who is being linked to Al Shabab? Everton and the team in Saudi Arabia have gone ahead to agree terms, but the player has to face Al Shabab to obviously get that over the line. So guys, what are your thoughts about it? Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. My most viewers and subscribers, Barakallahu Fikum.